If you use this fish ladder, the dating apps will no longer be a horrible, depressing place, and instead, you are tapping into the largest talent pool of mate candidates. Okay? Hello, and welcome to the Love Corner with your friend Isabel, who loves making the most autistic possible systems for dating. Okay, so I am no longer in the dating arena. I have secured one. I know, it's pretty amazing. Everyone was congratulating me for it on Facebook. Actually, they thought I was pregnant, but that's another story. When I was in the dating arena, I came up with quite a few systems that made dating more fun and just less stressful. That's why I'm here to help you do the same with your dating life and upgrade it with my most proudest creation, the dating fish ladder. Now, if you don't know what fish ladders are, they're basically like stairs for fish, and they have to jump from the next level to get upstream or up the dam or wherever they're trying to go. But only the strongest fish make it through this fish ladder, and that is where this comes in to dating. My dating fish ladder works very similar to real life fish ladders, but instead of being for trout and salmon, it's for ladies who want to meet a gentleman on a dating app. Which I know, it sounds like a lofty goal, but I promise you it's possible. I caught one myself. You like men who take initiative, plan dates, text you first, show interest, this ladder is for you. If you don't care about that, you're not trying to avoid the sassy man apocalypse, this is not for you. You're probably going to be very successful on the dating apps, so just go out there and get one of those. You're good. If that's not you, keep watching. Your first question might be, why do I need a elaborate system like a fish ladder to go on dates on a dating app? The fish ladder addresses some of the most common complaints that I always heard when I was dating from fellow single ladies or just from my own internal monologue. You're either getting dates and they suck, or you're not getting any dates and that sucks too. So the fish ladder is here to eliminate both of these, guys. So just hear me out here. Okay, we have phone for notes, notebook for real life notes. I'm also in a moo-moo today because I just felt like it was fitting. It's 8 a.m. I'm talking about dating fish ladders. And yeah, I'm in a moo-moo because why not be comfortable? I'm going to start off drawing a big triangle. This is the base of our fish ladder. Notice how it starts out very wide, ends very small. This is crucial. The first ring we have here, or first level, is men who are cute. This is every man you think is actually attractive on the dating app that you're gonna swipe right on, I think? Yeah, you're gonna swipe right on them, okay? You should really think about it, because I personally had gone through swiping phases where I was like, yeah, I'll take it, whatever. And then when they messaged me, I'm like, and I like already want to ghost them. So we don't want to set ourselves and them up for disappointment. So we're only gonna swipe on men we actually think are attractive. Okay? That way, every time you get a message, it's actually gonna be exciting. And it's someone you would actually go on a date with. Okay. The next level is men who message. Men who message. Notice how it's a little smaller. A lot of these guys are going to swipe right on you too. Some of them won't. We're just going to ignore that. They obviously didn't see your profile yet. But there's a smaller group that are going to message you first. So this part is going to show initiative. And we don't want just a hey, just a WhatsApp, or WhatsApp, what's up. We don't want WhatsApp either. Ideally, we're getting a real question. We want to see some creativity. We want to see some effort here. So this is going to narrow down our pool just a bit. We're still going to have a lot that will not make it down here, but we're already narrowing down the options. All I'm going to say is if you have to message the guy first. Okay, so once we've filtered it down to men who message first, we're going to filter it down to the chat, which should only last for 1 to 2 days. Okay? That part is crucial. 1 to 2 days here. What we're avoiding is getting stuck in a textuationship. I've had these, they can go on for weeks, they can go on for months, they can go on for years. And you've never even met this man. If you're looking for an actual man and an actual date, the chat needs to be a very short period. And within this time, we're looking for some nice banter. I want to see, is he asking you stuff? Is he responding within a normal human amount of time? And then obviously it's great here if he initiates asking you on a date in this time or asking you on a call or whatever. Most of the guys I've noticed will just go straight for the date. They don't know about the ladder system, they're missing out. So when that happens, I will instead direct them to a FaceTime. This is my favorite level. The FaceTime. Here we go. We have a smaller group that's gonna make it to the FaceTime. This one is fun. This is like a great way to like spice up a Tuesday evening and just be like, you know what, I'm gonna talk to a stranger for like an hour or two. Be reasonable about this. Just like the chat, it should kind of exist in its own container. It shouldn't interrupt any routines or anything. But this is a great chance to see if they're actually attractive to you, if you like their voice, if you like the way they talk, if you can actually have a back and forth conversation. Some guys need this to show off their true colors, and you might need it too. If you're a bad texter, you might want to speed up the chat phase just so you can get to this call and not have to worry about text banter if you're not good at that, because some people really need to shine over FaceTime or in person, but FaceTime is like second best, and the best part is you're in the comfort of your own home and you can hang up literally anytime. If they say something that just blows your mind, you can just hang up. So that's why I love FaceTimes. Obviously, if you don't want to give out your number, you can like do a Google Meet or whatever. You can find ways to like do this with more privacy in mind. As far as what you're actually talking about on the FaceTime, obviously keep it light. Remember, we're not letting them know that every stage is like low-key an interview. Also, you can throw in some disqualifying questions in here that you just want to get out of the way so you don't have to ask them on a first date. Like, do you ever want to have kids? And if they're like no and you want to have 10 kids, you're like, okay, probably shouldn't go on a first date. Nothing is too bold. That's what I've always say. I will like ask anything. I don't care. Because if it's the right one, he'll stick around. Okay, after the FaceTime, you are left with first date candidates. We're getting even smaller. What's important to remember here is that they've made it through a lot of levels, but it's not guaranteed they're going to make it to the date. Unfortunately, you will still lose some here. They might decide they didn't like you after the FaceTime. You might decide you didn't like them after the FaceTime. Or they might just kind of try and like stay in like FaceTime text land and not actually go on a date. So, the men who make it out of here obviously are only going to be the ones that you actually like talking to. And they're the ones who schedule something within a week. Men who schedule. Yay! Love that. This does not always happen in 2025. So any man who makes it here should be proud of himself. Ideally, this is happening within like a day or two of the FaceTime. They're at least like booking it in, so they're respecting your time. We don't want guys who like ask you on Saturday afternoon if you want to go out on Saturday night. Unless he's like really cute, you could try it. But ideally, we want a guy who's respecting your time, who is thinking of something that you actually like, because you've had a whole FaceTime conversation. You've chatted for a few days, so you should kind of know your vibe, what you're into. Me personally, I always made it clear, like, I hate coffee shop dates. Like, for me, the coffee shop date is the FaceTime. So I would always prefer, like, dinner dates because I love eating. Anyway, let's not be too hard on him here. We're just going to be proud of the fact that he's scheduled. But bonus points for, like, choosing something you like. So that is the second to last level. And the very last level is your vetted quality dates. Oh my gosh. Look at that. We made it! We have a complete fish ladder. He has traveled how many levels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 levels to get here. Now this does not mean that it's not possible he won't talk about his ex the whole time or like take you to McDonald's or something, but the odds are so much lower now that you've followed the fish ladder versus just taking any who's it or what's it off those apps. Once you go on the actual date, obviously you're kind of on your own here. We're done with the fish ladder. But it's up to you, if it was a good or bad date. Are you going to keep it going? Whatever. Most importantly, you've just reduced your chances of going on a date with a serial killer, somebody who's really ugly to you. Everyone is beautiful in their own way. And somebody you have no connection with. Somebody you can't have like a back and forth with because you've already tested that out on FaceTime. So thank God for the fish ladder. I hope that it does wonders for you too, because I know it's saved me from a lot of bad dates. Just remember, the first rule of the fish ladder is don't talk about the fish ladder. Men can find it a bit off-putting if they know they're in an interview process or a fish ladder. And the second rule is go have fun. Go get them. I believe in you. Worst case, you're going to come home with some funny stories, but you have at least increased your chances of actually going on some good dates now. Okay, I will see you in the next love corner. I don't necessarily want to only talk about love and dating on my channel, but it is something that I have thought about a lot. I've joined entire book clubs for it. I've listened to podcasts about it. I've done a lot of things to try and improve my love life because it's such an important part of your life. I feel like a lot of people pretend it's not. We're like, oh, I don't care about that. I don't need anyone who loves me. I'm in a relationship with myself. And yes, it's important to have self-worth and be able to do stuff alone and have fun with that. But the fact we can't actually be in a relationship with ourselves. So if you care about improving your relationships or finding new relationships that are better than the last and just talking about love, then I'm your girl and I definitely want to make more of these. So let me know what else you'd be interested in talking about. See you next time.